I think that it makes loss a little bit easier when it's clean, where there's nothing left that needed to be said. And so that was a scenario for me with my grandma, that I had no regrets. I just missed the fun, and she had such a great sense of humor. And I'll never forget when I said, "Grandma, what's the secret to life?" And she said, "Eating chocolate." And so we always eat chocolate. And I think that's, my mom got her love of chocolate from grandma, and then so did I. But I think that life is often living many different emotions at the same time. And I believe the sooner that we embrace that, albeit some mixed emotions are harder than others to feel all at once, but the sooner we can embrace those differing emotions, the better off and more healthy we will be.
You just brought a thought up in me that I think a lot of times where grief might be stronger and it might be harder to let go is when there is not as much closure.
Mm-hmm.
If there is the closure, and it takes me to my friend Carrie again, who she lost her mom, and there wasn't a lot of tears. There were tears. I'm not saying that,
Mm-hmm.
but she believed that she had done everything, said everything, had the best relationship with her mom when she passed away. And she, it comes down to the regrets, or the I should have, and when you don't have those kind of things, and you don't have a relationship where there's problems, or that you need to have a different kind of a closure than you had, um, I think it might add some more of those difficulties to be able to, in order to let joy in.
That's exactly my point. Yep. I feel like that's true.
Yeah, I think that that's really important, actually. I hadn't even really thought about that, but, I've gotten better at being able to let it in. And I've looked at pictures from the past, and I'm this, keeper of memories, and I'm very compartmentalized person, and I don't like to revisit things often. When it happens, it's kind of done. Last week, I took this collage that I had made years ago from my childhood, and I just had it in a spot in my house that I really didn't look at very often.